Hi guys, my name is Tanya, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about Russian emperors. You know that back in the olden days there was no photography. Famous people wanted somehow to immortalize themselves. And that was possible through paintings and sculptures. That's how we can still relive the image of Peter the Great, Catherine, Paul, and many others. But imagine yourself as an emperor. You might be not really good looking, but you definitely would like your friends, ancestors, even your enemies to admire you while looking at your portrait. Probably that's why they look so perfect at their pictures. But did the emperors look like this in real life? Let's find out today.
And we'll start with Peter the Great. Peter the Great was the Russian Tsar in the late 17th century, who is best known for his extensive reforms. In short, he was one of the greatest people in Russian history.
He definitely moved Russia to another level.
On this picture, Peter seems really handsome. Some people find that in this portrait, Peter looks a bit like the Russian actor Mikhail Boyarsky, who was at the peak of popularity at that time. But the appearance of the emperor has been idealized. The Russian artist Valentin Serov studied the portraits of Peter and saw him differently. The portrait master wrote, Peter I didn't look like a hero. He was scary, long with weak thin legs, and with such a small, in relation to the body, poorly set head, that he looked more like a scarecrow than a person.
He also had some sort of a tic, blinking, twitching his mouth and nose, and clapping his chin.
Elizabeth did a lot for the country, but she is more famous for her lifestyle. She grew up into a beautiful, charming, and vivacious young woman. The wife of the British ambassador described Elizabeth. The empress has fair skin, light brown hair, large blue eyes, and fine teeth. She also mentioned that Elizabeth was inclinable to be fat, but it seemed very elegant.
Elizabeth didn't really want to work. She knew how to enjoy the earthly delights. She spent her life in parties, with a lot of alcohol, drinks.
I'm a savage, yeah. Classy, bougie, ratchet, yeah. Sassy, moody, nasty, yeah. Hacking, stupid, what's happening, bitch, what's happening, bitch, I'm a savage.
15,000 dresses, thousands of shoes, stockings, and that stuff. So the balls always include a large amount of alcohol drinks and loads of food. Yeah, she loved to eat. Speaking about food, there is the fact that Elizabeth could eat 2 dozens of crepes on muslins. Can you imagine that?
No wonder she gained weight, which we finally see in her late portraits. The views on Pavel were controversial, considering his outer and inner sides. Some people call him hideous, for others he seemed charming. The emperor was short, his features were ugly, with the exception of his eyes, which were very beautiful when he was not in anger. He had excellent manners and was very kind to women.
That what the Princess Daria Levin said about Pavel.
As a boy, he was reported to be intelligent and good-looking. His pug-nosed facial features in later life are attributed to the attack of typhus, from which he suffered in 1771.
So we see that even the greatest are not perfect. The main aim of the ceremonial portraits was not to show the truth, but to express their character and achievements. What matters more is the deeds of emperors, their extraordinary personalities, and the memory they had left in Russian history.